G'day everyone, I'm AzureBlaze, and welcome to another one of these more special my thoughts on videos that are a little bit different and smaller and less scripted, I guess, than most of my bigger ones. I feel like I should come up with different names for these. First thing I want to say before I get into it, I'm not feeling the best today, however I really wanted to make this video, therefore I'm doing it anyway. Therefore if I sound a little bit funny, that's why. I'm not up to it, I don't have as high energy as I would like to for a lot of these videos. Oh well. I want to make this video anyway, therefore yeah. I'm going to talk about today the Kirby Air Riders Global Test Ride, because I played it once already, last night, from when I'm recording this. I'm going to be playing it more during the day and over the next few days and all that sort of thing to get my thoughts on it. However, yeah, I wanted to talk about it sort of as, I guess, quickly as I could type thing. I really wanted to make a video about it because there's not necessarily too much to talk about. It's not very big. Test ride, like test, demo, beta, I don't know what you want to call it. It's basically testing the online for, well, what I played last night was testing on the online for City Trial, and then had like offline modes for like Air Ride, and then like the lessons and things like that, which are pretty neat. I think the first thing I want to go into the good stuff, the stuff that I really liked and all that sort of thing, and I think the first thing to say is the game is simply really fun. the way the game plays, how frantic it can be and stuff like that at some points, really enjoy it. It's good. I really liked it. I wasn't expecting not to, considering everything we'd seen and everything like that. I do have a little bit of issues with it, however, as I'll talk about that later when I get to, I guess, not necessarily the bad stuff, how the stuff I'm not as big of a fan of, I guess, is probably the best way to put it. The game itself looks and runs, like, fantastic. Absolutely great. I mean, if I slowed down enough, I could probably see some, like, I don't know, I guess low polygonal stuff. However, like, for the, like... It looks good. It looks really good. It seems to be utilizing the Switch 2's power level quite well, and it runs flawlessly. The menus and then the models and animations and stuff like that have loads of character. Not surprising considering it's Sakurai. There's a lot of stuff like almost ripped directly from Smash Ultimate, it looks like, in ways, and like updated, and it looks really nice. Everything's like flows smoothly. Everything's really good looking. I'm very happy with it. The music as well, absolutely great. I've been listening to some of the music beforehand anyway on the Nintendo Music app and stuff like that. Really good. I really like it. I was listening to it while I was playing. Perfect. All the different characters are neat. I like that they all have different things. To be honest, I've only played as GUI and Meta Knight, and that's because, like, as soon as I kind of clicked with Meta Knight straight away as soon as I played as him. I played as GUI first, and I didn't really click with him as I was hoping to, because I really do like GUI. I think it's funny. However, yeah, no, I played up Meta Knight next, and I don't know, I really enjoy playing as Meta Knight already. I don't know. I'll try out some other characters, I guess. However, I think I might stick with Meta Knight already. I clicked with how he plays already. And then the modes that are in there. There's Air Ride, City Trial, and the Lessons mode. Air Ride is fun. it's your racing mode and all that sort of thing. As I said, I'll get into some more stuff later about the things I'm not the biggest fan of. However, for the most part, it is really fun. I really enjoyed it. And to be honest, I probably like it a little bit more than City Trial, and that's simply because I'm more of like a racer person over like the big experience person personally. However, I mean, they're both great. Yeah, I was literally leading into that. City Trial. I think it's really interesting. It's a really good idea. It does have some issues in my opinion. We'll talk about that again in a bit. However, I really enjoyed it nonetheless. I think it's fun, like building up your machine and all that sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know. I really like it. And then the lessons. I really like the lessons mode as well. I think for a tutorial, it's very gamified and stuff like that. Like, it's almost like little mini missions, I guess, is the way it's set up as, and I really like it. It's all it is a tutorial, essentially. It shows you how to do things. However, I don't know, it was fun, like, speeding through it and, like, getting all the little the check boxes for it done, I guess. It's probably the best way to put it. Yeah, as I said, really enjoyable. I like this game a lot. I was expecting to, and I'm going to like it when I play the full game when it comes out next week, I guess, technically, week and a half, I don't know. And I will probably be playing it on the channel, actually, and that's because I happened to realize that my Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, for like stuff that I've recorded for that, which I recorded ages ago, kind of finishes on the same day that it comes out. it works. Or like it finishes like a week before, and then I can get it on that day, record it, and put it up the night. I know what I mean. Anyway, the stuff that I'm not the biggest fan of, Air Ride speed. I don't know if this is the normal or the slower mode. I didn't really look too much into it. However, I don't know, I kind of wish it was a little bit faster. It feels a little bit slow. I may have been playing too much of the supersonic speed in Crossworlds. That might be why. I don't know, I wish it was a little bit faster. City Trial ends sort of anticlimactically. I'm not the biggest fan of how stadiums work and how there's only one. I kind of wish there was like 3, or like it works how like Dream Buffet did. I don't know. The stadiums, yeah, it feels like it's like you're doing all this stuff for like 5 minutes, and then like you hop into this little thing which takes like a few seconds sometimes, and then that's it. Like I kind of wish there was a little bit more. I kind of wish you go through like 3 different ones or something like that. Like the stadiums were fun enough, however, yeah, they're a little bit too bite-sized for my liking, especially when they're like the end goal of like this whole mode. Essentially, yeah. That's my biggest problem with that. And then like other things are like in City Trial, I feel like the vehicles break way too quickly, or maybe I'm simply not good at it yet. That might be it as well. However, like it is enjoyable like flying around the sky area and all that sort of thing. I don't know. It's neat. And then the another big problem I had was I lost connection a fair few times, or like I didn't connect properly as well sometimes. Like one time where like I was loading into a lobby and it stayed there infinitely loading for ages. It didn't work. And then yeah, I lost connection a couple of times as well. I mean, considering this is meant to be like a test, I'm assuming for the internet side of things, yeah, hopefully that can be fixed before release. However, I did have lots of problems with internet, which is not really a thing that I've had as much problems with once I've got the Switch 2. The Switch 1 I used to have internet problems with all the time, however the Switch 2 hasn't really had that. And then my other big thing that I'm not the biggest fan of is like how controls overlap with each other. Like he really wanted to make it simple and use like 1 button or 2 buttons for most things, however like I think it overlaps way too much. There's too many things on one sort of thing. There's a lot of times where I simply want to turn left or right and I need to like, I'm like nudging the stick a little bit, however I think so I'm going to do a spin and then I end up spinning and all that sort of thing, or like I want to suck in an enemy and I'm like slightly too far away or something, and then it like it goes to like stop like really quickly and I'm like, no, I didn't want to do that, I wanted to suck in the enemy. Things like that they're the biggest things that I'm not the biggest fan. That's the biggest, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. It would be nice if I could like split it up between buttons. That'd be really neat if like yeah, we need to like control, being able to customize the control things, if you could like split them up or not. I doubt that's going to be the case, however, like, it would be nice nonetheless. However, yeah, that's really all I've got to say about the game. I do like all the different machines and stuff. As I said, this is going to be a bit of a shorter one. As I said, I'm not feeling the best anyway. And yeah, there wasn't as much to talk about. However, I did really enjoy my time with it last night. As I said, I'm going to be playing it a little bit more. Probably getting some more footage and stuff about it. Who knows? However, yeah, I believe that's all from me for it. I do really like it. I'm definitely going to play the game when it comes out. I mean, I pre-ordered it ages ago. Sakurai's Directs really helped me like sell me on it. Therefore, yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.